Hey, this is Sophia with Sophia Brings Light. I wanted to add an addendum to the video I did as a video response to Leap Taken. There was one part of the video when you go to, and I really encourage you to go to Leap Taken's video where she did is does there have to be suffering with hoodoo? I talked about the modern versus the traditional aspects of hoodoo, but I wanted to go back and answer that question because I felt like it was a important part of the whole video. So I did want to go back and answer that question and talk about that a little bit. Does there have to be suffering with hoodoo? Now let's be honest that there has been and is a very real part of hoodoo that deals with suffering. We came here on slave ships. We were slaves. We evolved and we became free, but then we still had suffering because we had to go through Jim Crow and fight for every right, the right to vote, and all of these rights. There was like this continual fight, and that doesn't even include our personal relationships, love relationships sometimes that were really challenged. And when you take those love relationships back, it would go back to slavery, how it had such a deep-seated root in our culture, and that relationships were difficult, and what a lot of times there was struggle love involved in relationships in our past and in our present, which I kind of feel that still may have some deep roots to slavery. So there was suffering in hoodoo, and some of the our rituals and things that we did was in response to that suffering. The question is, in today's time, does our practice have to always focus so intently on that suffering? My answer would be to that is no. It doesn't. We can experience joy and good love and strong family relationships and relationship ties. We can break down generational curses that caused us to be at a certain. We can celebrate the history and all that our ancestors went through to bring us to the present day. Now, I also have to add that in this political climate that we're in, that some of the things that happened in the past, they sure are trying to bring those back. But that is the beautiful part of it all, that we can pull from this strong history to use what we need to help us through. So even in their day, it wasn't all about suffering. Sometimes there was joy. Sometimes they were helping people to bring on new life, to heal relationships that was a mutual beneficial thing, that both parties, wanted to be in love. So there was always, isn't life that duality, that up and down kind of, our lives are like that. Though I would like to, at this part and at this time of my focus, elevate our practice to celebrate life and to celebrate joy and to be okay with that. And that we can incorporate things that self-love into our practice. We can add a little glamour. Now, that's not new. Historically, they use things to make their hair grow, for skincare and all of that, glamour, but in a different way because we have more tools available to us. All of these can be included, that you're okay with loving yourself, that you don't have to beg a man to be, or a partner to be with you, and do this spell to help keep him. No, that you're free from that, that you can celebrate being single in your work. That there can be different focuses, and it's okay. It still honors everything we went through, but there definitely can be joy and elevation in our practices today. And some of the things we used back then, maybe at this point in our lives and where we are, we may not need to do that. And if you do, it's no harm done. That's okay too. But it's okay for us to be joyful, to rest, to be who we are, and to celebrate where we've come from today and include that in our practice. All of these things are okay. What are your thoughts? Just wanted to add that addendum to the other video. So the other video I'll say was part 1. This was an addendum, and I guess there'll be a part 3. We'll talk about it. Talk to you soon. Bye.